Today we are looking at finding the area of triangles. A triangle is a three-sided polygon. Remember, a polygon is a figure with more than three straight sides instead of a closed figure. Okay, so that's all summed up in the definition of a polygon, but a triangle is one that has three sides. So let's review our types of triangles. The first one, here on the left side, it's got two congruent sides, so it is an isosceles triangle. Okay, remember, two sides congruent, you've got two eyes on your face, and the isosceles helps you remember that. Okay, the second one, we've got three congruent sides. So that is an equilateral triangle. Okay, meaning that all three sides are exactly the same, which also means that it has all three angles being exactly the same. The third one, notice there's one mark there, two marks on this side, and three marks on this side. That is showing you that the sides are each different. Okay, if they were the same, they would have the same number of marks on them, but they're each different. This is a scalene triangle, where each side is different. All right, now let's look at the angles. Okay, we just classified them by their sides. Now we're going to classify them by their angles. Okay, the size of their angles. This first triangle here has 25-degree angle, a 35-degree angle, and then it's got a 120-degree angle. That angle right there makes this an obtuse triangle. Okay, because that angle is greater than 90 degrees. The second one, we've got a 30-degree angle, a 70-degree angle, and an 80-degree angle. All angles are less than 90 degrees. So that makes this an acute. Okay, remember, he's so cute. They're all so cute angles. They're less than 90. Looking at the far right one, this here says 90 degrees. Okay, a 90-degree angle makes it a right triangle. Okay, I have the word triangle on each of these. Okay, this word here says hypotenuse. That's just the angled side of a triangle. Okay, that's not a word that we need to know at this point, but I just wanted to address it. Okay, moving on to the next part. Classifying them by both their sides and their angles. So now we're combining both the things that we just talked about. Okay, looking at the sides of this triangle, they're all unequal. So this is a scalene triangle. And then looking at the measurements of the angles, is there any obtuse angles? Are there any right angles? Nope, so that makes this an acute scalene triangle. Okay. All right, let's talk about the area to find, or sorry, the equation to find the area of a triangle. It is 1/2 of the base times the height. Y is the equation for finding the area of the triangle, that equation. Well, let's look at a rectangle. Because remember, to find the area of a rectangle, it's base times height. Well, can I change a rectangle into a triangle? I can, by cutting it in half. So, that's why the equation is what it is. A triangle is half of a rectangle. If you take two of the triangles together, you're always going to make a rectangle or a parallelogram, which then the equation is still base times height. Okay? So, triangles are half of a rectangle, or half of a quadrilateral. So that's why. You'll fill that in your own words into your notes. Okay, going forward, I'm doing some examples of actually calculating. We want to find out what the area is. We need to know what the base and the height is. Okay, on this triangle, the base, the bottom of the triangle, is 10 feet. The height of the triangle is over here, even though it's offset. Remember, we've never used an angle side for the height. So we're going to use that 6 feet. So then we plug it into the equation. Area equals 1/2 of the base times the height. Which the base is 10 and the height is 6. Okay, so we'll multiply what's in our parentheses first. That gives us the area equals 1/2 of 60, which then gives us 30. And our units were feet, and we're finding area, so it's squared. Okay, when you're solving these problems, I should see all of that work. So make sure that you're writing down all of those steps to show your work. Okay, going on to the next example. We have a triangle with a base of 3 centimeters and a height of 3 centimeters. Okay? 1/2 of the base times the height. Okay, so 4 and 1/2 is 1/2 of 9 centimeters squared. Okay? You go on to do the practice problems on the bottom of the page. Make sure that you show your math work for me to be able to check your answers. Make sure that you label your units with the correct, or label your answers with the correct units. And also make sure that you have explained why the equation is what it is for finding the area of a triangle.